All right, I am really looking forward to today's episode with you all. Today, we're going into CEO energy and leading with change. Let me just say that CEO energy is not just a vibe, it is a blazing trail that you are creating. And it's not just a title, it's when you stop reacting, when you start leading your business like a CEO. So, Women's History Month actually started as Women's History Week in Santa Rosa, Sonoma County, California in 1978. It was educators and community leaders saying women's stories matter, and building something local eventually grew nationally. And they chose the week of March 8th to align with International Women's Day. And I love that so much because it's such a big business lesson. Big things often start because someone decides to lead before it's a perfect scenario and before it becomes popular. So here's what I'm thinking that we need to be considering more often. CEO energy is leadership that lasts. It's building a business that can grow without you constantly having to put the fire out. And when I think about CEO energy, I think about Katharine Graham. She led the Washington Post, and she was especially known for supporting the paper during the Watergate investigation, meaning she had to make a high pressure leadership decision with real potential consequences. And she's also cited as the first female CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And that's what I want you to hear. CEO energy is often it's a quiet space. It's steady, it's decisions. It's about the understanding of what you're fully stepping into as this individual. Who are you becoming? Where are you going? What are your goals? So, what I wanted to do with this was create a CEO dashboard that consists of 4 different pieces. The first part being direction, AKA focus. And the question that I want to ask you is, do you have one clear direction right now? Like, if I asked you the question, what's the main goal for the next 30 days? Could you answer immediately? And if not, what would you say about your revenue or your leads or your retention? Pick just one area that you want to start with. Part 2 is your offers. Are your offers simple? Because if people are confused, they don't want to buy. And if you have 6 offers and none are selling, it's not you, it's the menu of the things that you are listing. So, what I'm going to encourage you to do is pick one specific thing, just one easy entry offer, and that's it for now. That is the only thing that you need to be thinking about. And number 3 is your systems. This is where you create stability. I'm not talking about fancy software. I mean, like the checklist and the onboarding steps, templates, all of those things. And the key question that I want to ask you is, if you signed 3 new clients this week, would you feel excited or would you feel panicked? That's the CEO energy that really matters here. And this creates stability before scale. So that's really the main thing here, is that we want to make sure that you have some level of stability so that you can actually scale what you've already created. And the fourth piece of this is your numbers. So this is where CEO energy becomes real. Just tracking 3 specific things every single week can make or break your business. So, how many leads were started? How many invites were made? How many sales conversations were there? How many people actually checked out and bought and purchased and moved forward? Because if you track it, then you can do your due diligence to lead that next phase. You can move forward, you can take action, you can bring more people into your circle. So here's the thing, my friends. When we have the right kind of CEO energy, we make ourselves available to the right people. And that's the thing that I'm always questioning is, who am I learning from? Who are my mentors? Who are the individuals that are influencing me every day? What are the things that I'm paying attention to that actually are allowing me to open up my world to the things that might be possible? Maybe there's things that I don't see that are right in front of me that I'm just not consciously aware of. And so as you are reaching higher and higher levels of success, we need to be looking at, what is that support system going to look like as we continue to build? And that's why it's essential to be auditing ourselves, to let ourselves know, what is the biggest pressure point right now? Do your sales feel unstable? Does, when you're delivering it to people, does that feel heavy? And maybe your time is like kind of out of whack and chaotic. maybe that feels unmanageable for you. So let's look at three different options of things that we can do. So, for example, if you have unstable sales, you can go from unstable to tracking the three numbers and then scheduling one sales time block. Heavy delivery to creating an onboarding checklist. Time pressure to blocking one CEO hour and protecting it. So the thing is you just want to make sure that you have more of an organized system that's going to allow you to pivot when things get a little bit hectic and a little bit chaotic. And it's true of any CEO. The less that we delegate, the less that we outsource, the less support that we have, naturally, the more overwhelm that we are going to have, the more we're going to experience. So, CEO energy is deciding I'm building something that lasts. And Women's History Month reminds us that leadership often starts very small, local, and consistent. And one of the things that I want to do as your coach is help remind you of all the things that you are capable of doing. It's not because you don't want the right things or that you're not already operating at a really high level. If you are operating as a CEO, you know what your constraints are. You know how challenging it is to run and operate a very successful business. And you understand logistically that you are in a place where you need more support and you need change. What I want you to fully be able to step into this year is the recognition of what does this all-encompassing role look like as a CEO. I want you to be comfortable and confident with being able to walk away from things that no longer serve your specific role. We look at the outsourcing aspect and the pieces that maybe just need to be pushed together a little bit more strongly, and also the systems that are repeatable. What are the repeatable systems that may be being left on the table that you are not passing down because of fear or a piece of your specific role that you don't necessarily feel like you're ready for yet? There's so many different areas that we can look at and that we can tap into. We just need to be willing to allow ourselves to go there. So I want you to go back and I want you to listen to the four different areas of the dashboard that I provided for you today. And I want you to really sit down and audit yourself. Take the time to do your audit so that it resonates with where you are and look at where you ultimately want to be. If you are not in a place right now where you feel equipped to handle your workload, that's great because that means that you also are self aware of the things that need shifting, that need pivoting, that need us to kind of reframe where we're going and what we're doing. And Women's History Month is a great way for us to start thinking about the big picture. The individuals that pounded the pavement, that did the hard work ahead of us, made way for us to make better decisions and for us to seize the opportunities in front of us. So I'm really grateful for all of the individuals that we get to look at, whether it's a mentor or women in history that have done such immaculate things. If we can look to them and just be reminded that we too can do hard things, that we can make adjustments, that we can work outside of a box. And actually, we don't have to have a box at all, right? We don't have to be compartmentalized or be in a space that constrains us from growth. And if this episode helped, I would love for you to share it with a friend who needs a little bit of clarity today. We all need a little bit of clarification from time to time. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.